The working visit of the Kazakh president in Belgium started with the laying of a wreath at Jibek metro station in the heart of Brussels in memory of the victims of the terrorist attacks that hit the city on March 22nd. Nursultan Nazarbayev expressed his condolences and wished a speedy recovery to the injured.
Я выражаю еще раз искреннее соболезнование от имени Казахстана и нашего народа.
I express my sincere condolences on behalf of Kazakhstan, our people, and on my own behalf in connection with the terrorist attacks, which was a major tragedy. I express my condolences to the families and friends of those who killed and injured. We condemn terrorism and we're distressed together with the Belgian people. We express our heartfelt condolences. We wish a speedy recovery to the injured and calmness to the relatives of all victims to overcome this tragedy.
Выражаем соболезнования. Раненым желаем быстрого выздоровления.
On fait sauter des bombes.
A week ago, Brussels was hit by terrorist attacks. A subway car at the station was completely destroyed. The number of victims and injured people is very high. We know that your country marked a special day, New Year, on March 22nd. Unfortunately, this day turned into a huge catastrophe that etched forever in our memories. We are grateful to the president of your country, Nursultan Nazarbayev, that within the framework of this working visit, he paid tribute to all the victims of the terrorist attacks that took place on March 22nd. In Brussels, Nursultan Nazarbayev met with the chief of the European Council, Donald Tusk. The sides discussed a wide range of issues related to the state and prospects of development of relations between the country and the European Union. In addition, the sides exchanged views on topical issues on the international agenda, in particular the situation in Ukraine and Afghanistan, as well as issues of counterterrorism that had been discussed. The European Union is one of the main political and economic partners of Kazakhstan. The EU accounts for more than half of Kazakhstan's foreign trade turnover and half of foreign capital in the economy of our country. Over the past 10 years, the inflow of direct investments from the EU and Kazakhstan totaled nearly $107.5 billion. Nursultan Nazarbayev stressed that recently in the Senate of the Parliament of Kazakhstan ratified the agreement on the expansion and strategic partnership within the EU and said that this event will bring the cooperation of the parties to a new level. Nursultan Nazarbayev urged the European Union to cancel permits for short-term travels for citizens of Kazakhstan to the EU. The Kazakh president announced this at a meeting with the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker. In June last year, Astana has canceled visas for the U.S. citizens in a majority of EU states within the short-term visits to Kazakhstan. This regime is temporary and entered within a period of 18 months. At the highest level, Nursultan Nazarbayev raised the issue of Kazakh aviation flights in Europe. Domestic airlines since 2009 are included in the list of airlines banned within the EU by the International Civil Aviation Organization. Air Astana has been defined as a so-called gray list, that is without the possibility of expanding the geography of flights and the introduction of new aircrafts. Also, politicians touched on the issue of EU sanctions against Russia and the Ukrainian crisis. And on March 31st, Nursultan Nazarbayev will extend the 4th International Summit on Nuclear Security in Washington. In total, the forum is expected to gather delegations from 52 countries and 5 international organizations. Preparation for such an important event in Washington is well underway. It is clear that the summit will take place under very difficult conditions when terrorism has become the global threat around the world. However, the upcoming forum is a unique platform for dialogue between the two countries.